When I was a freshman in high school, I was eating shit food. I was sleep deprived on most days, and I was terrible with my time management. I would get home after school, and I would typically be up till like 11 to 12 a.m. doing my homework because I just procrastinated on it. Now, I realized later in my freshman year, okay, I can't keep doing this for the next 3 years of high school. I have to change something. So I started implementing these handful of strategies I'm about to show you. And if you apply even just one of these to your life, I promise you it will change the rest of your high school career. All right, so the first strategy that I incorporated into my life was to prioritize sleep over everything. There were days where instead of staying up and studying for a test I had the next day, I just went to sleep and crammed in the next morning. I just studied in the morning on the way to school. And I found that I performed better that way because the sleep outweighs the cramming you do. Okay? When you stay up late, like let's say you stay up till 2 a.m. studying, that's literally going to have a worse effect than if you just didn't study at all. Now, ideally, you shouldn't study last minute, but if you ever come to that decision where you have a test the next day and you are deciding whether to stay up late or just get a good night's sleep, I think it would benefit you more to actually get the good night's sleep and then just study in the morning, cram in the morning. Now, let's look at all the problems that students face. Low drive, low focus, lots of procrastination. They all result from the one root cause, and that is a lack of energy. When you get a lack of sleep, which is why this is why you have all these problems in the first place. When you are sleep deprived, the quality of your decisions automatically just lowers, okay? You can't think properly because you just don't have enough energy to. And obviously you're not going to be as present in the moment as if you had your 8 hours of sleep. If you're sleep deprived right now and you just feel tired constantly, you're not going to be 100% in the moment. Now, I want you to think of sleep like an investment for the energy that you need tomorrow. Okay. Now, some tips to improve your sleep. These are very important. I want you to implement these as I'm talking to you, like for tonight's sleep. Okay. So I want you to start waking up and sleeping at the same time every day because this will help you stay consistent and get into your circadian rhythm more easily. Okay. Circadian rhythm is like the rhythm your body follows. It's the internal clock that your body follows. And it tells your body when it's time to sleep every day based on like the average time you go to sleep. So it's important to start making that consistent. If you go to sleep at 10 p.m., make sure you do it every day. And then if you have to wake up at 6 in the morning, make sure you do that every day because that's how you'll get the best night's sleep, okay? And then the next tip is to allocate at least 9 hours to bedtime. Or if you want 8 hours, allocate 9 hours to bedtime because you're not going to fall asleep right away. Most people think they get 8 hours of sleep, but they don't actually get 8 hours of sleep, okay? If you sleep at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m., that's 8 hours, right? No, it's not, because you don't immediately hit the sheets and fall asleep. That's probably 7.5 hours or 7 hours if depending on how long it takes you to fall asleep. So I want you to start allocating more time to bed. If you want 8 hours of sleep, allocate 9 hours of sleep or 8.5 hours of sleep. And if you want like 9 hours of sleep, then allocate 10 hours. Everyone's body is different, so you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, how much hours of sleep you want. The next tip is don't look at the screen an hour before bedtime. And if you have an iPhone, you actually can. There's a setting on your iPhone that you can actually disable the blue light filter. And the blue light is actually what harms your sleep. It's what makes the quality of your sleep worse. Okay? So there's a filter. You could search it up on your iPhone. I don't know how to exactly tell you how to do it, but you can make it so that every time it hits 6 p.m., the filter will turn on. And your screen will get a little yellow, but that's going to show you that the blue light has gone away and you're going to be able to look at your phone safely without harming your sleep. Now, the next thing I have right here is start getting ready like an hour before you sleep. Start getting ready to sleep an hour before you sleep. Because I know, like, if you say you're going to sleep at 9 o'clock and then you start getting ready to sleep at 9 o'clock, you're just going to be in bed by like 9:30 or 10 o'clock and you're going to lose that extra hour of sleep that you really wanted. So let's say you have your nighttime routine, you got to brush your teeth, you got to put on the face creams. Do that an hour before you go to sleep. Be ready to be in bed by the time you say you want to be in bed. Okay, so if we want to be in bed at 9 o'clock, that means start brushing your teeth, getting ready for the next day at 8:30. All right. The next strategy that I used when I was in high school was to utilize time pockets. Let me tell you a secret. I can't remember the last time I came home from school and did homework. I typically do it during school while the teachers are actually giving the lectures. So I try to make it like a game. I try to make completing my homework before I even leave school a game. I'm literally doing my homework on the way to school in the car ride because my mom is driving me. I'm doing it on the way back from school sometimes. I'm doing it during lunch. Like, my friends will see me typing up some assignment that I have due tonight, and they're like, come on, just do it tonight. But I'm like, no, I need my sleep. And I think that every single one of you watching this, you have the ability to just do all your work before you even leave school. It's crazy because once you actually finish the work at school and you get home, it feels so wrong. It just feels like you feel so unstressed out once you get home. It just feels amazing to have the rest of your day to yourself. And doing that for your whole 4 years of high school, that's the best way to live it, in my opinion. Now, I bet so many of you watching this right now are going to be thinking that you're going to be having limiting beliefs. You're going to be thinking, oh, I don't have energy to do my work at school. I can't focus at school. I don't have time during school. Trust me, all these limiting beliefs are just bullshit, okay? I want you to throw them out right now, okay? You are looking for excuses to not do your work during school. If you just throw out that mindset and start looking for ways you can do your work during school, you will automatically find ways, okay? Now, that energy, that excuse that you said about, oh, I don't have enough focus to do it during school. Dude, most of the assignments that your teachers give you, it's just busy work. Those assignments don't require brain power. You're just like copying down some definitions off the internet. Okay, so for those assignments, you could just be doing that throughout the day. And for that limiting belief that you think you don't have enough time during school, there are probably like minutes throughout your whole class where you could just be writing a couple of the definitions, a couple of the answers. And those minutes throughout the day, if you just find minutes throughout the day where your teacher just stopped, took a little break, and then you start doing your homework, if you just find those minutes throughout the day, they will add up to at least like 30 minutes to an hour. And then that's 30 minutes to an hour that you saved from yourself doing that work at home. If you're looking for these opportunities, you'll find them, okay? You just have to have an open mindset. At this point in the video, I want you to go down to the comments right now and type out 3 things that you've learned so far. This will help you recap the information in your brain, and truthfully, it will also help my YouTube video do better. So do that right now and then come to the video once you're done. Just pause the video while you're doing it. The next strategy that I implemented was to exercise daily. If you are not exercising daily, I honestly view you as less of a person because you can never achieve the peak in your business, the peak in your academics, the peak in your athleticism if you aren't increasing your oxygen intake. When you increase your oxygen intake during exercise, this increase in the oxygen puts you into a high energy state. It's why we feel energized after you exercise. That's why this is a way to combat feeling tired in the classroom. This is a way to feel energized to do your homework after school. This is why I recommend as soon as you get out of school, as soon as you're done with school, head straight to the gym or head straight to practice in whatever sport you have. For me, it's running. I love running. I don't know if you could tell. Look at all these bibs. But yeah, just find some sort of exercise that you like doing and stick with it and do it right after your school so you can just relieve the stress. Now, honestly, the most important thing that I did in high school was start focusing on my mental health. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to think that mental health was like cringe and wishy-washy. I thought it was like some make-believe stuff like that the Facebook moms posted about on Facebook. But I realized that this is the reason that I was always overthinking in class, overthinking about what the person next to me thought of me. This is the reason I'd zone out for 15 minutes during class and not even remember what my teacher said. This is the reason that you always feel tired. This is the reason that you're always insecure. This is the reason that you always procrastinate. There's so many different things that come from having a terrible mental health, okay? So we need to address this, okay? Having a bad mental health means having a bad efficiency. If we don't even care about your own mental health, just think about the consequences that come with a bad mental health. You might not care about how you feel. You might not care about your feelings or your emotions, but you should care about the efficiency that comes with having a bad mental health. Now, my favorite practice that helped me increase my mental health is called gratitude journaling. So if you just find a piece of paper and a pen, and then you write out something you are grateful for. This is what I've done like throughout high school. This is a whole book of things that I'm grateful for. I'll read like some random day. Today's April 18th. Let me find April 18th. June, April. This is April 18th of last year. I am grateful for how I feel after sleeping. I am grateful for the weather yesterday because it was cloudy. I am grateful for the imam at the masjid because his business model. Okay? Like, it's crazy how I said I was grateful for how I feel after sleeping because it's that bottom one right there. Because I was just talking about that in this video. Like, I swear to God, I didn't just choose that because of this journal, but that's very interesting. And yeah, so do that every day. Write it in the journal, and I specifically recommend you write it on a piece of paper and pen because the way you actually appreciate what you're writing while you're writing is when you're using a pen. Now, I don't want you to leave this video without taking anything with you. I've given you 4 strategies that I think any one of them will actually improve your life drastically by like at least 50% if you just stick with one of them that you haven't started. So just choose one of the strategies I chose you. Prioritize sleep over everything. That's one of them. Utilize your time pockets. Find time to do your homework during school. Number 3 was exercise daily. And number 4 was prioritize your mental health. So gratitude journal every day. If you're still watching this video, I think you'd be a great fit for my community, my Discord server down below. You have direct access to me. You could talk to me about anything. And I want to build a community of people who just have similar minds, similar interests, similar ways of doing things. So I think that would be a great project to work on. Let's get this Discord community full. And the link is down in the description. And yeah, send this video to someone who needs it. My name is Faraz Faisal. Think big. I'm out.